Toto says, I got 5-day-old pups.
Toto?
Toto.
Is that Kansas?
Actually, it was Toto.
Not Toto.
T-O-E, T-O-E. Click your heels, Tammy.
Yeah.
Click your heels.
No place
You're
like
your little
home.
doggy too.
There's no place like home.
Oh. Anyway, Toto's got 5-day-old puppies. Vet told me to let them eat till they full, but milk always comes out their noses unless I stop them within a minute from eating. Do I let them? Do I clean the machine, or what? Am I confused? So look, every now and then you'll see pups, especially when mum's got lots of milk, it's really free flowing, and you'll see puppies getting milk running out of their noses. What do? We
don't do paper towel.
Paper towel, mop it up. If you want to suction it, you can. But we let them nurse on mum, but we keep a very careful eye, and if we see any signs of congestion, it's Clavamox right away. I mean, the other solution to this is you take the puppies away and you do it all by hand. That's an awful lot of work, and I don't think it's necessary. So I would let them feed, and I would just keep an eye on them. And if you see puppies that start to develop, a raspy cough, you've got a stethoscope, listen for it, or a mucousy nose, definitely Clavamox.
Even a clear runny nose is a first clue.
Yeah.
You just need to pay attention to those babies when they're growing up. That's why it's called a 24/7 job for a good 5 weeks to 6 weeks. Even on up. I don't even know why I put a date on it.
Kerry Friend says, you're so kind and so patient. I can't believe people tell you need to notate topics of these free videos that you do, again, for free. Well, you're exactly right. So look, what Kerry says is correct. The problem with this is, I had somebody else says, he should be entertaining all these things, he's making so much money. We're not making any money on these videos. I mean, a minuscule amount, not enough to justify our time. We're doing these videos to help you, and of course, to point people towards My Breeder Supply, where they've got great products. So there is, there's another altruistic version of what's going on here, but it's not. The problem with this is there's not enough time. I have to do these just live and just answer the questions. And so I don't know what's going to be asked. And I understand that makes it frustrating for people who try to find answers. But I'll tell you this. We'll give you information on this very soon. We're about to launch our whole video series where you can go and see videos, 10, 20 hours worth of videos in logical order with notation about what they are. It's a paid course, but it will help you with things like breeding dogs, whelping dogs, AIing dogs, having a stud, owning a stud business, owning a kennel, how to set up kennels,
how for you to be successful.
How for you to be successful, looking after puppies. I mean, there's a whole series of lectures that we're putting together.
Yeah, and we hope you turn around and buy a puppy from us or use our studs.
Yeah, right.
So,
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, here's somebody. Marcel Jackson, thank you. I subscribe to your Canine services. Well, good. Thank you.
Good.
How many days
Canine
after
services?
Well, I think you know the videos. How many days after insemination do you suggest getting an ultrasound? I would do an ultrasound. We don't bother with ultrasounds. They're pretty unreliable. But 30 days after AI, you should see things quite easily.
They can tell you about how many puppies you might have, or less. Yeah.
What we do is nothing unless we think.
Because we're going to do a C-section anyway.
Right, so. Exactly. So if we're doing a C-section, they're all puppies coming out. We just don't want to get a C-section with an empty mum.
We always make a game out of it. Everybody gets to bet how many puppies do you think she'll have, and everybody's all excited.
So look right now.
Because it's an exciting moment.
I can't think of the name. Deja, who's pregnant. She's got 2 weeks to go.
Yeah.
She's starting to show signs of being pregnant. No point having an ultrasound.
Yay.
And when we are 2 days out, if we're not sure, we will have an X-ray done.
Oh, we've already got milk. That's what I thought was kind of strange. We already have milk, and it's like, I expressed from her nipples she had some milk, and I thought, oh gosh, she definitely is, because all of a sudden she bloomed out, and that's what they do because they carry those babies up in their ribs. And so you're questionable sometimes, but then when that last 2 weeks comes around, it's like bingo, bango, we're expanding out. I kept on thinking I saw her ribs enlarging a bit, but I wasn't sure because I had a false time last time where she wasn't pregnant, and so I didn't want to get my hopes up because I can get my hopes up and just crash.
Okay, all right, so here we go. Next question. Frenchies says,
you're so patient.
Well, keep talking.
No,
Have at it.
call me 580-799-1910 and I can tell you exactly what we're going to be expecting with all babies.
Frenchies says, color question, female 80-AT and the male's 80-AT. I may have asked this one twice. I think they have. Not going to answer it. All right. Mastitis, my dog gets it every heat. Why? Well, there's no why to it. It just is. All you got to do on this is, what are your choices? If you've got a dog that's getting mastitis every time, then you've got two choices. One is not to, is to spay her and stop this from happening, which I don't recommend. Well, if you're not going to breed the dog, you should do that. And the second thing is you just got to keep an eye on it and start, keeping those teats flowing and the milk flowing so that she doesn't get mastitis.
Warm compresses.
Yep.
Yep. And just, squeeze it from your hand if you have to. Massage it to help prevent it. Put a puppy on it to nurse out of that one real good.
I got a female chocolate brindle Merle. Her previous to this, she was bred to an Isabella with the tan points. What would be the most likely results be? Well, half Merles. Since she's a chocolate and the other one's an Isabella, those chocolates do not mix. So every dog carries Cocoa and every dog carries Little B. And you don't say anything about tan points in the other one, so we don't know. That's it. And brindle, so half the puppy's going to have brindle. So brindle Merles. So what you're going to get, you're not going to get chocolates, you're not going to get blues, you are going to get brindles, you are going to get some fawns. So you're going to get fawns, brindles.
Fawn doesn't carry any brindle.
Fawns and brindles, 25% of each, and Merle fawns and Merle brindles. It's day 52, Blue Star says. I'm at day 52, I didn't give my Frenchie folic acid. Is it too late to start giving it? Well, I mean, yeah, you could give it, it's not going to hurt anything, but yeah, I think you're too late. I mean, the trouble with this is the folic acid needs to be on board as all of the splitting of eggs is going on and what's called gestation is going on, and that's already happened. So, anyway. Poodletail says, Tony looks great for 65. She certainly does.
Thanks for telling everybody my age.
Yep.
Of course, James already told it when it was Happy Medicare Day. So, anywho, thank you.
I'm so glad we're talking about the influenza video that I did. I just registered my 21-week-old for doggy daycare. You said you can't vaccinate puppies. How old should we be when it becomes eligible? And what should I do about daycare? Well, you can vaccinate at 21 weeks, for sure. The problem you're going to find is you'll find very few vets have even had the vaccine available.
They didn't make enough when this outbreak happened.
Should you be concerned about this? Yes. It depends on where you are in the country as to how severe this is. Certain parts of the country, Texas, Chicago, they're getting a lot of cases, and so it's a lot more of a concern.
Yeah.
I think it's going like this, just like the coronavirus pandemic did. So we're not at the top of this. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
So you people going to dog shows, parks, boarding, all that, just be super precautious. Ask your vet. Ask your vet, because this stuff kills adults.
What can you do to be cautious?
And you have to have 2 sets of shots.
Tell them what they can do to be cautious. What are you going to do to be cautious?
Keep your dog home.
There you go.
Sorry.
If you take your dog out for a walk, don't run across the street to somebody else's dog and let them sniff each other.
Do not nose to nose, for sure.
If you keep your dog 10, certainly 20 feet away from the other dogs, it's not going to get it. Yeah. If you get your dog within 5 foot of a dog that has it, likely you will get it. That's the problem. And it kills about 10% of dogs, especially young ones.
Yeah, but it'll kill the adult ones too. So please be careful when you go to these shows and boarding and all that.
Yep.
I mean, when we go to the vet, we sit in the car and with the dogs until they're ready for us to walk in, and we walk in straight into the office and into his little room and back out of his room, back into the car.
Let me get this last one done.
Okay.
So Susan Quinn, I took my girl for a C-section 4 weeks ago. When I was told to pick her up the pups, I was informed she had a big ovarian cyst. Has that been a factor for the pups being absolutely tiny, of which 3 died? No, I don't think so. I think an ovarian cyst might stop her getting pregnant in the first place or mess up progesterone levels. I don't think it's going to cause this problem. But you've got to do something about this. I mean, well, I think you said you're going to spay her, so there's the answer to that. She's being retired and spayed in a couple of weeks. Good. I'm glad you're not doing that during the C-section. Yeah, the right thing to do is just to remove the, spay her. But no, I don't think that was the cause. Watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.